Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to Thulir I.A.S. Academy. In today's topic for the discussion, I would like to take you to the rising tensions in Korean Peninsula and its impact on international security architecture. Dear students, for those who are preparing for Civil Service Examination 2024 and 25, Thulir I.A.S. Academy is offering wonderful opportunity. That is, it is offering 1 year online course, a complete pack with 6 days class and 1 day test in a week for 365 days, and the cost of the program is rupees 8,000 only. Hurry up and enroll yourself in the program. You can contact me, Dr. Suresh Kumar, 9818157350, and Mr. Saktivel, 9600266761. Let us come to the topic. The rising tensions in Korean Peninsula and its impact on the international security architecture. Dear students, we are going to analyze this topic in the following subtopics. 1. Setting the context. 2. The historical background to the issue. 3. What aggravated the tensions in Korean Peninsula? And 4. How the tensions in Korean Peninsula affect the international security architecture. Right? Let us take up the setting a context. Setting the context. On 15th January 2024, the President of North Korea had announced that it would end up the country's objective of reunifying the two Korean peninsulas, that is, the North and the South Koreas. And he said that North Korea would look at the South Korea as its adversarial state or as enemy state. In this regard, he would draft or rewrite a new constitution to affirm this thinking. Similarly, the offices concerning the reunification of the Korean Peninsula and also the memorial portraying the reunification of the Korean Peninsula would be brought down. This has created a tension between the two countries of the Korean Peninsula. Besides, the North Korean Peninsula, that is the North Korean country, had tested series of missiles in the month of January 2024, which is also one of the reasons why the tensions cropped up in the Korean Peninsula. Now, as you know, that North Korea was a nuclear armed state, and it is located in the East Asia. It is an ally of Russia and China, whereas the South Korea is an ally of Japan and USA. Second, let us look at the historical background. After the defeat of Japan in the Second World War, the Korean peninsula was occupied by USA and Russia, and accordingly the North Korea, dominated by Russia in the guidance of the Russia, became a communist country, whereas the South has become a liberal democratic country under the influence of USA. As the North Korea attempted to penetrate the communist ideology towards the South, it went for the occupation of the South Korea. As a result, in the year 1950, as a part of the Cold War, the Korean War broke out. It was a tension that broke out between the two major superpowers, namely USA and USSR. However, this war prolonged for 3 years and ended in the year 1953 without altering the erstwhile situation. Meanwhile, the North Korea, under the supervision of the Russia and China, was trying to become a nuclear power. However, the USA attempted to stop the nuclear program of North Korea by engaging itself in the peace talks with North Korea. In the year 1994, an agreed framework was reached by USA with North Korea. As part of its framework, the North Korea was assured nuclear energy for the denuclearization. This framework continued to be seen there in North Korea and USA, the relation between these two, till 2002. But North Korean ambition of becoming nuclear power did not stop because of US intervention. In the year 2006, North Korea had tested nuclear weapons. Even before that, the six-party talks, including two Korean countries, North and South, China, Russia, Japan, and USA, the six-party talks attempted to denuclearize the North Koreans, but it also failed as it went for the nuclear test in the year 2006. Thereafter, in the year 2009, there was a complete breakdown in the talks for denuclearization of the North Korea, as no Western countries came forward to have peace talks with North Korea. Whereas North Korea was strongly leaning towards China and Russia in its all ambitions. However, in the year 2019, dear friends, you must remember, 2018 and 19, Mr. Donald Trump, the president of USA, had thrice attempted to have peace talks with North Korea for denuclearization and demilitarization. But all these three peace talks failed. Now, the third subtopic that we need to understand: what aggravated the present tensions in North Korea? Dear students, as you know, North Korea was a nuclear power country which has nuclear capability and strategic, capabilities by possessing the, strategic cruise missiles, nuclear powered drones, and it also involves in testing the hypersonic missiles. Right? The point is that why Mr. Kim of North Korea announced that the reunification of Korean Peninsula ends, and why he looks at the South Korea as an adversarial state. What prompted him to go for such, aggressive actions? First, Japan, South Korea, and USA have become closer and closer, not only in military alliances with each other, but also in the economic ties, and which often attempted to antagonize the opponent North Korea. Secondly, the South Korea had joined in the naval exercise, naval drill with Japan and the USA in order to strategically target the North Korean offensive acts. Third, the international scenario prompts North Korea to utilize the opportunity when Russia and Ukraine and the Israel and Palestine, the conflicts had drawn the attention of all other superpowers in the nuclear race. The North Korea must have to open a third front where they can catch a fish in the, charmed ocean. Fourth, there is a necessity for the North Koreans to determine the course of international action to go in a way which would favor them in order to gain a supremacy in the international context. Right? Let us come to the fourth point, fourth subtopic: how the tensions in North Korea impacts the international security architecture. As I told you earlier, when Russia and Ukraine were on their loggerheads, the Israel and Hamas were also at their throats, each other's throats. The China, Russia, and the USA were all engaged in the nuclear armed race, right? The North Korea, an ally of China and Russia, have to have stronger partnership with Russia and also China in order to maintain a status quo in the international security architecture. right? As you must remember, as you must know that in the year 2023, Mr. Kim visited Russia for the talks with Vladimir Putin of Russia to have the support of Russia in North Korean's space programs. In return, the North Korea assured its arms supply to Russians in the Ukraine conflict. Similarly, in this year 2024 January, China had assured North Korea for its economic ties, enduring economic partnership with North Korea. In this regard, the bilateral visits of North Korea and Russia and North Korea and China had frequently been happening in the recent years. Now, the question is, did North Korea create a possibility for themselves to gain anything out of the present international scenario, or did it affect a lot on the international security architecture? For sure that North Korea was strategically advantageous position. It is advantageous position as it possesses the nuclear weapons, strategic cruise missiles, testing the hypersonic missiles along with Iran, China, India, Russia and the USA. The only thing that you must remember, hypersonic missiles have advantage over other missiles. That is, hypersonic missiles can, evade and target even the anti-missile defense system, which is there already put up in South Korea with the help of USA, right? So, dear students, a way forward is the North Korea and the South Korea must come and sit on a table where they could resolve their issues without the intervention of the big powers, which is though not possible at this moment. But when the Western world was unjustifiably intervening in all activities, all international issues, the interference and intervention of the other powers like Russia, China and North Korea with nuclear weapons, though aggressive, becomes inevitable in preventing yet another world war from happening. Thanks a lot for your patient listening to my lecture. Thank you.